Hello! Today I'll be talking about Qwilfish, the first water poison Pokemon in Gen 2, and the first base Pokemon in Gen 2 by Pokedex number to get a Hisuian form. If one considers Hisuian Qwilfish the 211th Pokemon, that version is the first dark poison Pokemon, and the first Pokemon to get a Hisuian evolution by Pokedex number. Its previous PYC dates are September 24th, 1996, July 16th, 1999, May 6th, 2002, February 24th, 2005, December 16th, 2007, October 6th, 2010, July 27th, 2013, May 17th, 2016, March 8th, 2019, and December 27th, 2021. I like the idea of a pufferfish Pokemon. I like that Hisuian Qwilfish more emphasizes the poison aspect of its typing. I also like the design on its tail. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we talk about Qwilfish, the balloon Pokemon, whose number is 0211. This is Qwilfish, this is what it looks like. This is Hisuian Qwilfish, this is what it looks like. Types: water poison as non-Hisuian Qwilfish, and dark poison as Hisuian Qwilfish. Abilities: poison, point, or swift swim. Intimidate is its hidden ability. Gender ratio is 50-50, catch rate is 45 or 11.9%. Breeding is A group water 2, and hatch time 20 cycles. Height is 1 foot 8 or 0.5 meters. Weight is 8.6 pounds or 3.9 kilograms. Base experience yield is 100 in Gen 2 through 4 and 88 in 5 plus. Leveling rate is medium fast. EV yield is 1 in attack, shape is that, has no feet, so it has no footprint. Pokedex color is gray, other forms may have other colors. No, I don't agree. This is another one that I do not agree that it is gray. I don't think there's any gray on this. Much like Pineco earlier this week, there is no, I don't know why it's classified as gray. There's a lot of better colors for this one than gray. Base friendship is 70. Qwilfish is a dual-type water/poison Pokemon introduced in Gen 2. In Hisui, Qwilfish has a dual-type dark poison regional form. In the distant past, it evolved into Overqwil after using Barb Barrage in the strong style at least 20 times. In the modern day, Hisuian Qwilfish evolves into Overqwil when leveled up knowing Barb Barrage. Jotonian Qwilfish is not known to evolve into or from any other Pokemon. Biology: Qwilfish is a sea-dwelling Piscine Pokemon with a spherical body and a flat, paddle-shaped tail. The upper half of its body is dark teal, and the lower half is light greenish yellow. Its tail is tall and thin with a dark teal outline. Light greenish yellow inside, and 2 dark teal dots in the center that resemble the Japanese character Ha. Its eyes are even with its body and are always seen slanted angrily. Below its eyes are its puffy pink lips. All around its body are sharp conical spikes, which evolved from scales over time. In order to attack, Qwilfish drinks over 2.6 gallons, 10 liters, of water to inflate its body. It then uses the water pressure to shoot poisonous quills at its foe, which can cause fainting. Qwilfish is briefly left defenseless shortly after firing its quills. This is believed by some expert fishers to be the opportune moment to catch this Pokemon. Due to its round body, Qwilfish is not a great swimmer, and when filled with water, it is even harder for it to swim. When Qwilfish faces a larger opponent, it will inflate its body to match its size as close as it can. If it is startled while inflated, it will spit out all its water, propelling itself away. Qwilfish inflating its body here. Forms: Qwilfish has a regional form, Hisuian Qwilfish. In Hisui, its upper half is black, while its lower half is pale yellow. Its body is covered in spikes. The spikes on its upper body have dark purple tips, except for the 2 spikes on its forehead, which are also smaller in size. Hisuian Qwilfish can spray poison from these spines. There are crescent purple lines underneath Hisuian Qwilfish's eyes, and its lips are also colored purple. Its flat tail has a black outline with a light yellow inside and a black pattern that resembles the lowercase letter Q. Hisuian Qwilfish is despised by the fishermen of the region due to its poison wreaking havoc in the seas it lives in. The poisonous spikes of Hisuian Qwilfish are thicker and shorter than the poisonous spikes of other regions' Qwilfish. Hisuian Qwilfish absorbs poison from the food it consumes. The purple coloration on its body serves as evidence of its potent poison. In the present day, it's known to be found offshore in cold parts of the world and in the Blueberry Academy, located somewhere in Unova's ocean, specifically in its terrarium's polar biome. Hisuian Qwilfish and its evolved form, Overqwil, are the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Barb Barrage. Evolution: in Hisui, Qwilfish has a regional form that evolves into Overqwil. Jotonian Qwilfish is not known to evolve into or from any other Pokemon. So you got Hisuian, Qwilfish, and Overquill. Game data, Pokedex entries in Gen 2 and Gold. To fire its poison spikes, it must inflate its body by drinking over 2.6 gallons of water all at once. Silver, the small spikes covering its body developed from scales. They inject a toxin that causes fainting. Crystal, when faced with a larger opponent, it swallows as much water as it can to match its opponent's size. For Stadium 2, if you have Pokemon Red, Silver, Crystal inserted, you get the Gold entry, but if you have Pokemon Blue, Gold, or Yellow inserted, you get the Silver entry. In Gen 3, Ruby and Sapphire, Qwilfish sucks in water, inflating itself. This Pokemon uses the pressure of the water it swallowed to shoot toxic quills all at once from all over its body. It finds swimming somewhat challenging. In Emerald, a Qwilfish uses the pressure of water it swallows to shoot toxic quills all at once from all over its body. It finds swimming to be somewhat challenging. Fire Red is the Silver entry, while Leaf Green is the Gold entry. In Gen 4, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, it shoots the poison spines on its body in all directions. Its brown form makes it a poor swimmer. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, their Gold and Silver counterparts. The Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Diamond, Pearl, and Platinums. X is the Gold entries and Leaf Green's entry. Y is the Silver entries and Fire Red's entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are basically Ruby and Sapphires, but Qwilfish and Pokemon are now the correct casing. In Gen 8, for non-Hisuian Qwilfish, the Sword entry is Crystal's entry. Shield is the Silver entries, Fire Red's entry, and Y's entry. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are the Diamond and Pearl counterpart. For Hisuian Qwilfish and Legends Arceus, fishers detect this troublesome Pokemon because it sprays poison from its spines, getting it everywhere. A different form of Qwilfish lives in other regions. In Gen 9, for non-Hisuian Qwilfish, Scarlet, be conscious if this Pokemon starts sucking in water. It will soon attack by scattering the toxic spikes that grow all over its body. Violet, experienced fishers say they try to catch Qwilfish in the brief moment that these Pokemon become defenseless just after launching poisonous spikes. For Hisuian Qwilfish and Scarlet, it lives offshore in cold parts of the world. Its poisonous spikes are thicker and shorter than those of other regions' Qwilfish. Violet, it absorbs toxins from the food it eats. The distinct purple spikes on its body are evidence of its potent poison. Qwilfish in the Paldea Pokedex, got a group of them. And then, Hisuian Qwilfish in the Blueberry Pokedex, got a group of them. It's interesting because they're underwater, and then they're kind of up on the surface here. That's interesting. Yep, game locations, side game locations, and events. Held items for non-Hisuian Qwilfish. Coliseum, you get the Poison Barb 100% of the time. In Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black, White 2, White 2, XY, Sword Shield, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, you get a Poison Barb 5% of the time. For Hisuian Qwilfish and Legends Arceus, for normal, you get the Pop Pod 35% of the time. Ball of Mud 15% of the time. Great items by level. Alpha, get the EXP Candy S 100% of the time, Seed of Mastery 10% of the time, and great items by level. Still don't know how the math works. Stats, base stats. So we'll compare Gens 2 through 6 and Gen 7 onward, but before I do, want to acknowledge that Hisuian Qwilfish has the same stats as Jontonian Qwilfish, so we're not going to compare these together or something. HP 65, that stays the same. Attack 95, that stays the same. Defense 75, that went up to 85. Special attack and special defense 55, those both stayed the same. Speed 85, that stayed the same. So that's a total of 430 and a total of 440. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness. We'll compare Qwilfish and Hisuian Qwilfish, but before I do, since I don't think we've talked about a dark poison yet, so this is what dark and poison, the colors are. They're dark inside, the poison outside. So Qwilfish is damaged normally by normal, flying, rock, ghost, grass, dragon, and dark. Hisuian Qwilfish is damaged normally by normal, fighting, flying, rock, bug, steel, fire, water, electric, ice, dragon, and fairy. So, yes. So, it lost, ghost, grass, and dark. Those like moved and are gained, fighting, bug, steel, fire, water, electric, ice, and fairy. Non-Hisuian Qwilfish is weak to ground, electric, and psychic for a double. Hisuian Qwilfish is just weak to ground for a double, so it loses electric and psychic, or those move. Qwilfish is immune to nothing, while Hisuian Qwilfish is immune to psychic. Non-Hisuian Qwilfish is resistant to fighting, poison, bug, steel, fire, water, ice, and fairy for half, while Hisuian Qwilfish is resistant to poison, ghost, grass, and dark for half. It's the only one that stays the same as poison. All the others, move and stuff. In this Hisuian Qwilfish box, we got notes. If Miracle Eye is used by an opponent or this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of Psychic-type moves is double, so we go from 0 to double. Learn set by leveling up for Qwilfish. 1. Poison Sting and Tackle for Harden. 8. Water Gun. 12. Fell Stinger. 16. Minimize. 20 Spikes. 24 Brine. 28 Poison Jab. 32 Pin Missile. 36 Toxic Spikes. 40 Stockpile and Spit Up. 44 Toxic. 48 Aqua Tail, 52 Acupressure, and 56 Destiny Bond. Hisuian Qwilfish. 1. Poison Sting and Tackle for Harden. 8 Bite. 12 Fell Stinger. 16 Minimize. 20 Spikes. 24 Brine. 28 Barb Barrage. 32 Pin Missile. 36 Toxic Spikes. 40 Stockpile and Spit Up. 44 Toxic. 48 Crunch. 52 Acupressure, and 56 Destiny Bond. By TM for Qwilfish. 1 Takedown for Agility, 6 Scary Face, 7 Protect, 11 Water Pulse, 13 Acid Spray, 22 Chilling Water, 25 Facade, 26 Poison Tail, 29 Hex, 32 Swift, 34 Icy Wind, 35 Mud Shot, 45 Venoshock, 47 Endure, 50 Rain Dance, 70 Sleep Talk, 77 Waterfall, 82 Thunder Wave, 83 Poison Jab, 85 Rest, 87 Taunt, 88 Swords Dance, 90 Spikes, 91 Toxic Spikes, 102 Gunk Shot, 103 Substitute, 108 Crunch, 110 Liquidation, 114 Shadow Ball, 123 Surf, 134 Reversal, 135 Ice Beam, 142 Hydro Pump, 143 Blizzard, 148 Sludge Bomb, 152 Giga Impact, 171 Terra Blast, 174 Haze, 175 Toxic, 177 Spite, 180 Gyro Ball, 196 Flip Turn, 200 Scale Shot, 202 Pain Split, 204 Double Edge, 208 Whirlpool, 214 Sludge Wave, 221 Throat Chop, and 224 Curse. Hisuian Qwilfish. TM1, Takedown for Agility, 6 Scary Face, 7 Protect, 11 Water Pulse, 13 Acid Spray, 22 Chilling Water, 25 Facade, 26 Poison Tail, 29 Hex, 32 Swift, 34 Icy Wind, 35 Mud Shot, 45 Venoshock, 47 Endure, 50 Rain Dance, 70 Sleep Talk, 77 Waterfall, 83 Poison Jab, 85 Rest, 87 Taunt, 88 Swords Dance, 90 Spikes, 91 Toxic Spikes, 94 Dark Pulse, 102 Gunk Shot, 103 Substitute, 108 Crunch, 110 Liquidation, 114 Shadow Ball, 123 Surf, 134 Reversal, 135 Ice Beam, 142 Hydro Pump, 143 Blizzard, 148 Sludge Bomb, 152 Giga Impact, 171 Terra Blast, 174 Haze, 175 Toxic, 177 Spite, 180 Gyro Ball, 199 Lash Out, 200 Scale Shot, 202 Pain Split, 204 Double Edge, 221 Throat Chop, and 224 Curse. By breeding for Qwilfish. So we're starting with the TM for Acid Spray, so this is no Pokemon in the Water to Egg group can learn Acid Spray via Level Up. However, the move is available via TM013 and can be passed down from Qwilfish, Hisuian Qwilfish, and Overquill, or copied via Mirror. This group gives you Aqua Jet, this group gives you Astonish, this group gives you Barb Barrage, this group gives you Bubble Beam, this group gives you Flail, this group gives you Haze, the Mirror Herb gives you Self-Destruct, this group gives you Supersonic, and this group gives you Water Pulse. For Hisuian Qwilfish, yeah, this is the same one. I'm not going to read it again. It's the Acid Spray TM. Gotta have it from the evolution relatives and stuff. You get Aqua Jet from this group. This group gives you Aqua Tail. This group gives you Astonish. This group gives you Bubble Beam. This group gives you Flail. This group gives you Haze. The Mirror Herb gives you Self-Destruct. This group gives you Supersonic. And this group gives you Water Pulse. Side game data for Qwilfish. You got all these. Yep. Pokemon Ranger, Shadows of Elmia. In the browser entry, it shoots needles to attack. In the Guardian signs, it shoots orbs of water to attack. A new Pokemon Snap in the Photodex entry. Qwilfish swallows gallons of seawater to inflate itself to intimidate enemies. If it gets startled, it spits out all that water and sends itself flying to who knows where. For Hisuian Qwilfish, okay, evolution data, Qwilfish, just this one. Hisuian Qwilfish, from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's 3.0.0 update onward, Hisuian Qwilfish evolved into Overquill when leveled up while knowing Barb Barrage. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, Hisuian Qwilfish evolves into Overquill after it uses Barb Barrage 20 times in the Strong style. Hisuian Qwilfish level up knowing Barb Barrage, or use Barb Barrage in the Strong style 20 times, Legends Arceus only. I guess this is supposed to move Mastery. I guess. Okay, then you get Overquill. For Sprites here, it's another one where it's different between the Japanese and international versions. So the Japanese, it had 3 lines originally, but now it just has 2 lines for the international version. Pretty good. So we've got sort of this blue and green color. Then in Crystal, it's a sort of blue and a lime green, I guess. Shiny is sort of a red and kind of maybe grayish color. Yeah, pretty good. Not much has really changed. Gen 3, sort of this kind of lighter blue, and this kind of looks like it's more yellow now. This is a sort of a purple and a lighter purple. Slips, they start off as sort of green, or lime green in this case, or in sort of the sort of like pink color, I guess, that pinkish gray. Then they become red, starting in Gen 3. That's interesting. Yep, these are all, yep. Okay, Gen 4, not really much changes. It's just get the full Vax rights. Oh yeah, I guess you get the full Vax right in Gen 2 as well. Huh, interesting. Yeah. Spikes might change a little bit. I think they do maybe change. I don't know. I guess it becomes more clear that the spikes are... Yeah, I mean, they kind of look almost like horns here. Like, that's kind of probably the idea. But I don't know, did the amount change? I don't really think they do. I think it's pretty consistent amount of spikes throughout. This kind of introduces sort of the greenish blue color, that teal, I guess, I think is what they called it. Yep. Then you got the more, teal and kind of the green, yellow color in Gen 5. If you already had the full wax rights, that's not really new. I got the models, sort of that, a little bit, kind of basically the same, maybe a little bit darker in these colors. Pretty good model, I'd say. A little bit thicker in the tail than I would have thought. I would have thought it would be a much thinner tail, but I guess it makes sense. These, not really much changes. Got the better models in Sword and Shield, and then you got... Oh! Okay, for some reason the tail is missing on the models. That's interesting. But also, that's really cool, the shiny here. It's the gray and the kind of yellow. It's kind of a fun thing back to its original, how it was kind of that grayish purple. And these are, kind of purple. That's kind of a bluish color. The lips. Oh, the lips become pink. Yeah, they go from red to pink in the models. Then this one's like this kind of pink. And then this one's a blue. It's fun. Cross generations, so now you can see the tail, and it's gray. That's fun. Yep. In animation, Qwilfish in Pokemon the series, Sun and Moon. Fun. Pokedex entries. In episode 216 in Ash's Pokedex. Qwilfish, the balloon Pokemon. The quills covering the entire body have evolved from scales. A Qwilfish can cause its body to swell in order to shoot its needles in all directions. Pokemon Twilight Wings. You got Qwilfish and Pokemon Twilight Wings with Nessa here. The manga. Qwilfish and Pokemon Adventures. I guess fighting Alakazam, I think. Okay. Yep. All these Pokedex entries in Pokemon Adventures Chapter 122. In order to attack the enemy all over the body with its poisonous sting, the Qwilfish has to take in a lot of water and expand up to several times of its actual size. Xiang Yi's translation. Okay, got all this. In the TCG trivia, we read this first point in the Jigglypuff video. Qwilfish can be seen as a parallel to Remoraid. Both of them are Water-type Gen 2 Pokemon. Qwilfish is exclusive to Fire Red, while Remoraid is exclusive to Leaf Green, with both Pokemon found in the same locations in their respective versions, and both being Swarm Pokemon in Gen 2 and Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. A pre-alpha sketch of an unused Pokemon depicts a Pokemon with the same Pokedex number as Qwilfish. Qwilfish and its Hisuian evolved form are the only Poison-type Pokemon with fins, and the only Poison-type Pokemon in the Water 2 egg group. According to several Team Plasma grunts, Hugh's hairstyle resembles a Qwilfish. Hisuian Qwilfish in its evolved form were first hinted in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl before their official reveal in Pokemon Legends Arceus, where they were mentioned in a book in the Canalave library where Overquill is referred to as a Qwilfish with huge spikes. Hisuian Qwilfish is the first Hisuian form that can be caught outside of Hisui, excluding Pokeportal News event Terra Raid battles. Qwilfish is the only Pokemon with a name beginning with the letter Q that is not followed by a U like most words in the English language. It is also one of the only two Pokemon to have a Q in its name that is not followed by a U, the other being its evolved form, Overquill. The Pokemon Gold and Silver Space World 97 demo has an early design of Qwilfish named Puku, whose name may be a corruption of Fugu Pufferfish. It was a pure water type, and it would evolve into Shibufugu at level 18. So you've got the Qwilfish sprite. Sprite of Puku from 1997. Then you've got Sprite of Shibufugu from 1997 demo, yeah. Origin, Qwilfish seems to be based on a pufferfish or porcupine fish, which inflate their bodies when threatened and are covered in spines. Many species are incredibly toxic when ingested, which explains Qwilfish's poison type. However, its ability to directly inject venom through its spines is similar to a lionfish. It is also reminiscent of a naval mine, due to its round body and ability to explode. The horn-like spikes on Qwilfish's forehead, along with its general body shape, may also be a reference to boxfish and cowfish species like the longhorn cowfish. When stressed, cowfish can exude a deadly toxin in the mucous secretions of their skin, similar to how Hisuian Qwilfish is known for spraying poison and getting it everywhere. Hisuian Qwilfish's dark type and poisonous diet may be based on the illegalization of the fugu dish due to its toxicity and the following illegal preparation and consumption of said dish. The law was put in place a few times in Japanese history and eventually repealed each time, including the 1800s when Pokémon Legends Arceus appears to take place. The illegal fugu market continued and thrived for so long that the governing shogunate became incapable of enforcing the law, which might have inspired Hisuian Qwilfish being troublesome for fishermen, and could be a parallel to the lionfish's invasive status, as neither the dish, the lionfish, nor the Pokemon could be controlled. Hisuian Qwilfish and Overqwil appear to be rarer in recent times, which could be a reference to porcupine fish being threatened due to overfishing for the fugu dish. The marking on Hisuian Qwilfish's tail looks like the lowercase q letter on the evolved form Overqwil. The same marking turns into the uppercase Q. These may stand for their English names. This lowercase q also resembles a stylized number 9, whose Japanese reading Q resembles the name of the letter Q. Name origin: Qwilfish may be a combination of quill and fish. Harisen may be derived from Harisenbon, porcupine fish. The character sen in Harisenbon means 1,000, and this numerical theming is continued with Overqwil's Japanese name. In other languages, see also external links to the Hisuian forms. Let's move on. Normally, this is the part where I say we're gonna watch the first scene of Qwilfish in the anime. However, a few days ago, the Internet Archive, a non-profit internet library, which I use to watch episodes of Pokemon Chronicles, which is where Qwilfish first appears in the anime, was cyber-attacked, so the staff had to shut down the site for a few days. Because of this, I won't be able to watch Qwilfish's first scene in the anime today. Instead, I'm going to use a modified version of the precedent set in the videos where I didn't have movie DVDs. What I'm going to do is watch Qwilfish's first scene in the anime in the first video once the service is back up. That might be tomorrow, that might be in a few days, I really don't know. I'm sorry I can't provide an exact video for that. Anyway, let's see why people love Qwilfish. Hello and welcome to the community post section of the video. The question is, what do you love about Qwilfish? For this question, you can answer with Hisuian or non-Hisuian Qwilfish. And number 1, Drizzle fan, has responded. Thank you. They say, it's actually pretty funny once you stop and look at it for a second. Just a spiky orb with a paddle tail. Makes sense. It's the logical conclusion of stylizing and simplifying a pufferfish. But it looks very funny with only a single fin. I really hope they start giving these regional evolutions counterparts for their original forms, because Jotonian Corsola and Jotonian Qwilfish, for example, sure would benefit from Eviolite. Thank you for responding. Let's move on. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who are familiar with the series, you might be wondering why we're on the single image, and that's because this is the only image we'll be doing today. So we have Qwilfish ACO card by Tico Pets. I don't really know what ACO card means. It seems to be made by Isabel Bale at Webble Art, I guess. I don't know if that's them or if they're reposting it, but this is interesting. I don't know if it's like, yeah, card art or something that they have, that they've made or something, but very good. It's very nice to see the Qwilfish happy instead of always angry, but yeah, it's It's very good art. Let's move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I'll be streaming tonight at 5 p.m. CDT, Central Daylight Time, where I'll be getting the old rod from the fisherman in the Pokemon Center and giving him Zach's Pokegear number, so I can get Qwilfish as soon as possible. But I likely won't be getting Qwilfish in that stream, as the next stop will be the ruins of Alph, but to go there, I need to wait until I've talked about Smeargle. As for Hisuian Qwilfish, I'll have to wait until I've talked about the late Gen 8 Pokemon to get back to that one. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Scizor. As always, this is my proper outfit. You'll see me tomorrow.